Hey guys, this is your old pal John Hartt, and let's paint something today. I painted this about 5 years ago. The original was pretty small. It was 8 by 10 and had a rainbow background, and I pulled the art out and made this fun t-shirt. But it's one of my favorites, and it's apparently one of your favorites too, because I keep selling these t-shirts and prints and all sorts of stuff. But I want to revisit this painting today and put it on this canvas. And I think what I'm gonna have to do is, right here I have 2 Bs, I think, just to fill up the real estate appropriately, I'm gonna do 3. So I'm gonna hop right in it and start with an underpainting and draw this out and figure out how to make it happen. I might paint the underpainting in acrylic, which I've been doing a lot lately, and I might follow up in oils next sitting, but I'm not sure yet. I haven't made up my mind. I'm such an indecisive person, and I think I will sometimes wait till the last minute to make a decision, because that's what I do. That's what I do with a lot of painting. I'm like, I'll sit down, I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, and then I decide while I'm doing. So I'm going to take this bigger paintbrush and just kind of wet the canvas a little bit. I have this secured to the top with, there's 4 push pins. That should be enough. It shouldn't fall down. And if it does fall down, oh well. This water's already nasty and dirty, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's just this. So I've got the 3 colors I'm using for the underpainting are, this is this transparent red oxide. I've used this a couple of times. I'm really liking it. Indian yellow and white. And we're just going to use that to figure out the composition and the shapes and all sorts of stuff. And I hope, I'm very sloppy and reckless, I don't get paint on there, because I do want to sell that one. By the way, that t-shirt's on sale for $25, man. That's a good t-shirt. You know where to find it. At the Jortt store. I'm told it's a great, fantastic place out there in Cyberland. Alright, and right now I'm just getting some paint on here and just getting some strokes, seeing if I can find some, I think I call them like lines of action or something. I don't know what I call them. Just some kind of movement. But I just don't want to paint on a white canvas. I like this nice golden color, this Indian yellow color. I'm gonna get this side. I probably shouldn't, because I'm gonna wind up painting the sides whatever the final background color is. So, but this is a pretty simple composition, so hopefully I'll be able to do an underpainting today, and maybe you can get some color in there too. Yeah, look at that pretty yellow. I love that. And right now I'm not really looking for shapes, because I kind of know it's going to be 3 circles. Maybe not that big, but something like that. Get that yellow in there. I love that yellow. I love it. I love it. It looks like the bottom one is really smaller. That might add to the drama of this, of that poor guy on the bottom struggling to hold up his friend's weights. That would be... Maybe not. Or maybe I can flip it upside down, but I'm not going to do that. That would be too confusing to both me and the audience. So right now I just know they're going to be round things, so I'm just creating these spheres. And right now the light source is coming from there. That's pretty good. I got a lot of the highlights in, and let's figure out where these shadows are gonna go. Nice and super rough and loosey-goosey. I like that word, loosey-goosey. Get some more dark on there. What do we call this stuff? We call that transparent red iron oxide. Yes, sir. You see you see how you get the kind of the drama right away when you push the lights and darks? I mean, it's so loose, you don't know these are going to be bees. Maybe you do. Maybe you do. Oh, I just gave away the secret. It's not a surprise, but I think you knew that. Okay, I'm going to make these guys. That, I feel like that's pretty good. I just want to dry these brushes off so I can kind of do that, get kind of a more blended look from the darks to the mid-tones, and then from the mid-tones to the lights. Let's go back and forth. Ooh, this looks like that's turning into, I'm seeing either like a wing there, like a wing like the Angry Birds, those little red Angry Birds. But I don't think I want to do that. But now if all of a sudden I'm seeing like a head. Oh my God, am I not going to do birds? I have to stick with birds, but this is starting to look like the head of a little person. We'll keep that there. We'll probably go back to bees, but that's me going on a tangent. So we'll get a little more dark in here. And how did I do? Okay, so they had wings and they have these little legs down here too. They shouldn't be too hard to paint. So I'm seeing something really nice here, but I don't know if I want to go in that direction. Okay. And I think I'm gonna get really kind of like wobbly with the brush in terms of the where the outline is. Kind of give it a more, what's that word? More organic feel. Kind of putting it on nice and fat here. Not too much thinner or water, just very thick. And before it dries too much, I have the slow drying medium on here, so it shouldn't dry. I kind of want to hit it with this brush here and just smooth out any rough looking brush marks. That's okay. Okay, I have to make a decision here. I see three spheres on top of each other. Let me figure out what's going on with these guys. So let's just figure out where the eyeballs might be. I kind of like these big kind of googly bug eyes. And I think I'll stick with that. I was thinking about like doing real faces on them, but I think that might be not within my time constraint here. And it might be like really creepy too. And I don't want to be creepy today. I want to be a little normal today. All right, so what I'm doing here is I'm doing the same thing I did here. I'm putting spheres on top of spheres to make these eyeballs. There we go. So we got the light source kind of coming up from there. And then the darkness on the bottom. And then we're going to have shadows under the eyes. And I'm not going to put any expression on him yet. But he's coming out the way he ought to. Unless it's a she. Are you a he, a she, or a they? I think I'll make you. I think I might make you. Listen, listen, listen. Can you hear that? That's the tight canvas bouncing back. It's like a musical instrument. Alright, so he might be. So let's see. Yeah, that's gonna be looking good. So this guy's looking up. And I know this looks, and this guy is gonna be, I'm gonna make your eyes even bigger. I like how they're apart, like far apart on each side of the nose. But you aren't even going to have a nose because you're a bee. Bees don't deserve to have a nose. Bees only deserve to have eyes and a stinger. And wings. It's up to me to decide what things deserve to have and not have. And if you were an artist, you would have that choice too. It's good to be in charge. Okay, there's another one. Just gonna mix these together. This guy's gonna be somewhat happy. I think I'm taking that off. I don't want to do that. It's just gonna make the decision process too heavy, and I don't have the intestinal fortitude to make those types of decisions. So goodbye, little thing I thought I liked. So maybe I'll do something different with this one. So he's standing on there, so I'm thinking they have about the smallest feet you can get, much smaller than those, because I'm choosing those little feet because I think I overlap them too much. But it looks good. It looks like he's actually on this guy's head. And then his little feet here. And I think, but I bet you bees have like more than 2 feet. Okay. He actually looks like a meatball. And they might turn into meatballs. But I like the bees. You know, Manassas, this wonderful city I live in, it's like a certified bee city. They do like a bee festival every year, and there's some kind of certification because we have all these beekeepers who live here and they do beekeepery things. But it's nice. You know what was nice? They started that festival like right at the tail end of COVID. And I just remember going there. It was the first like public event where people were coming out after COVID, and it was so nice. It was just so nice to be around people. COVID sucked, man. Just for the not being around people thing. I think I like being around people. So I like you guys. So, but yeah, it was such a good event, and it's kind of a nice part of our city. Okay, all right, no longer. I almost made that something not a bee, and it still might be not a bee, but I'm gonna. Okay, he's feeling a little wobbly, and I think we need wings on these guys too. So let's get the white out. I guess, yeah, I guess it's good enough. I think I want his wings to be a little droopy because he's kind of on the bottom, not really feeling it. Okay, I'm not going to overthink this. You just get some paint on and move on. I hate when I feel like I'm starting to think too much. I almost started thinking too much. Thinking is the worst thing for creativity. I swear to God, I believe that more than anything. Come up with your idea and execute. Unless you're building like a rocket, then think a little bit. Okay, they're kind of looking like wings from the bumblebee. I feel like I need to step back. That's looking pretty damn good, guys. Let's see. Let's see. Glasses? No. Maybe? Oh, baby, 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 baby. Stop, I have an idea. What do I do with those sheets here? I have these reference sheets of little kids with expressions. Let's see. I have like this little kid with the expression. I think if I can get something close to one of these guys, it looks so fun. Maybe I'll just make this one guy on top super over the top excited to be on top of those other two, not giving a shit how much misery he's inflicting on him. So let's see. I don't think I could do it with glasses, but I think, well, these guys have bigger eyes. Let me figure this out. And I feel like, okay, I think I got it. I think I just need kind of the eyebrows popping up. This could fail, by the way. I got very excited and it might not work, but let's see. And I think what I just need to capture is the mouth, like open so wide, so it's going to be. Quite there yet. And then yeah, I think like on this you have to capture both the mouth open but also capture that it's happy mouth open, not angry mouth open. And let's see. Like that. I think that's a good start. And then he'll have a couple of buck teeth in there coming down. And let's get a little bit of this figured out right now. His bottom lip's going to be there. It's going to be whiter in the middle here. All right, let's make these eyeballs. Spheres. Okay, I'm done with this. I need a little more dark. I think I just need to define the mouth just a little better. So I do want that upturned smile thing going on, but I also want it super big, so that looks like a smile to me, even though it's really messy right now. I see it, and And the bottom lip is just here now because I just made his mouth that much bigger. Put the bottom lip there. Top lip there. Okay. Alright, now I kind of messed this up. I need to just define the sphere again. Yeah, he'll be good. And I know it looks super messy, you can't see it now, but I'm seeing it. Let's get back, get this eyeball and eyeball. There's an eyeball, a crooked eyeball, that's okay. Oh, maybe I can make these glasses, right? Get that like that. Yeah, we don't need to see the side of them. And how did they do the glasses in this one? Yeah, and these guys don't have noses either, so. We'll make them glasses. I think the way to approach glasses is, let me see if I've got this right. You want to paint the eye underneath first. Let's just say. I'm not doing that. Let me just make these look like super reflective glasses. And if I want to do the eyeballs underneath, I will. But let me just put an eyeball reference. That might be kind of the direction I want to go. And I think I need to just get these darker there. And these guys don't even look like bees yet, but I think once we get the yellow with the black stripeds, let me just see. Let me do a test stripe run on this guy. So, let's see. Oh, look at here. This top guy only has 2 stripes. This guy has 3. I guess it's that. Maybe they get stripes according to their rank. I wonder where I would be in the bee hierarchy. I think I would probably be, a 2-striper. Adequate enough to, like, collect honey, but not to protect the queen. That's kind of, you ever look into bees? That's freaking complicated. They push out like all sorts of different bees. I mean, they're born having jobs, those and ants. So I'm glad I'm a human. I don't have to be born into a caste system. Unless I was born 100 years ago. I think there's still caste systems all over the United States, all over the place. And there's probably a caste system now that I'm just too ignorant to understand or be aware of. Oh, that's looking good already. I'll continue with that thing here. I'm just kind of adding a little white and yellow to the in-between stripeds. And let me get some more dark here. It's good, and then this guy. I feel like since his mouth is open, he'll have, let's see, have like that crease, the cheek crease here. So, and when we have the cheek crease, I think the stripes have to kind of follow the contour of it. But I think I'm better off figuring out the contours of the face before I start doing stripes. Because like right here, that wasn't necessary, but it sure looks pretty good. All right. So I feel pretty good about what's going on now. I don't think these guys need an outline, but they might. I'm just going to do it. And you know, I got this nice brush. It's a nice big, it's a pretty big brush, but it has a really sharp angle on it, so I can get some pretty nice lines. And we'll see if these guys continue to be glasses or not. It was pretty fun though. And let's see, these guys might have antennas. I don't know if bees have antennas, but it might help with the identification. So this will be fun. This will be super fun. All right. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna get a little more detailier in the underpainting. Just, you know, get the detailing stuff, and then I might get some color on tonight. Try this littler brush. I'm just gonna work on the detail. Just kind of define the shadows, the lights and the darks, and the highlights. I don't like this brush. I'm gonna stick with the one I had. It has a nice sharp edge. Something here, it's kind of darker here. I shouldn't have put those stripes in. I just kind of put them in for myself to see how they look, and I really like them, but they're kind of visually distracting now, because I really don't need to be doing that till the very end when I'm working with color. But I'm sure I'll survive. Oh no, I covered up his eyeball middle thing. Is it a pupil? When they're like bug eyes, it like this, are they? Is that the pupil or the iris? I wonder. Art colors, and I don't even know, like the eyeballs are probably going to be white or something. And the problem sometimes comes up that the underpainting is too dark and it's interfering with the color I'm putting on top of it. Because like I think if I put blue on top of the yellow, it might become a little too contrasty. So sometimes if I find that's a problem, I'll just throw a little bit of white on top of the super dark areas. Because like especially when I'm using a transparent color, that won't cover as well. But it, you know, it has its pluses. It won't cover so well, but it'll let some of the color underneath through, which I think helps immensely sometimes. And those are like those, you know, things that happen. Like, oh shit, this looks good. I didn't expect it to look good, but it does. Good. Yeah, I'm trying to decide now how much detail I want to do in the underpainting. And let me step back. I kind of like how the top guy's mouth is coming. Yeah, I'm gonna paint back over these just spheres because those stripes just kind of got me off guard. Oops, too much. Here's that sound again now. The sound of the canvas. the drummer in me, the natural rhythm of painting. This is so good. You know, I got the music going in the background. I just sometimes get in the beat, right? We're still doing music in the background, aren't we? Yeah. Yeah, I'm jamming to it, man. It's like getting me going, baby. And this is my favorite part of the song. Right now, right there. That's it. I love that part. Work around that, Mr. Editor. And that's one of those things as an artist, when you start painting things, you start looking at what other artists are doing, and you kind of deconstruct their painting, because you start looking, it's like, how did they do that? And you're able to look and start kind of backwards, saying that, well, they probably did that last, they probably did that last. No, you can start deconstructing how artists put their painting together, and it's, if you can do that, it's a good learning thing. It's like, because like right here, I was thinking, I really need to model the shapes before I start putting colors on or patterns on, because all the patterns and the colors come last, I think. I'm gonna go down here and say a little prayer down here. I'm down on my bendy knees, praying to my canvas. Oh, canvas, please, don't let me put out a ding-dong painting. This ain't a ding-dong painting. It is kind of a ding-dong painting. Yeah, look at that. That looks so nice. A little bit more white, a little bit of yellow, and more darky dark here. And this guy, I don't know why he has a bulge down there, but they all look like meatballs. Meatballs with wings. Alright, so back to here. Let me model the eyes a little more. It's alright if I get a little outside the boundaries. This guy's looking up. This guy's looking up. Oh, I thought I was going to make one of these a duck. I didn't. Maybe I can put a beak on one of them. So I did a live painting the other day at a winery, and to stay on theme, it was a beautiful day. Oh, the sun was out. It was such a beautiful place. It was called 8 Chains something, 8 Chains North. out in Loudoun County. But it's such a beautiful day, and just the scene, it was just so nice. So I like started painting something. I'm gonna pick it up. I think I have it here. Oh yeah, it's here. Yeah. Mr. Distraction. I started painting this, and I just, you know, started doing the regular brown underpainting, and then I started drawing these like grape things just to kind of keep on theme for for a winery. And I started going on a tangent with the faces, and this lady came up to me. She says, "Why are you putting faces on them?" I'm like, "I don't know." She's like, "Don't do that. Keep them regular." I'm like, "I'm sorry, I already put faces on them." So just, I don't know, it was kind of funny. She was very honest. I'm like, "I don't know why I had to put faces on them." But she didn't seem to be as happy about it as I was. But that's what I always do. I always put faces on things. And I was painting something one time, and isn't he happy? And now this guy's a little miffed. You know, it's just a matter of, yeah, he looks a little worried there. He's like, he's kind of got that going on. And I'm gonna model those lips, man. Model, M-O-D-E-L. I've used that other word recently too, mottle, M-O-T-T-L-E, but this is model. Not runway model, but model as in the two. There we go. Okay, he looks kind of like he's miffed about something. It's too much white. That's all right. We'll fix that. Fix him off. Okay, that's good. And this guy's got this little thing here. And this is, you know, doing this detail-y stuff, that's one of those things. It's like, where do I start? I'm like, do I do this really loose, or do I keep building in details? And I'm kind of getting there. I'm kind of happier with the detail I'm getting. But I think this guy, he had glasses on before. He's back to having not glasses. So I like that. And these eyeball centers, I think we decided they were called pupils. These aren't round. They probably are going to be round. But I noticed in the show Rick and Morty, the animation, the eyeball centers, the pupils are all like little scribbles, and they're never uniformly round. And that's kind of my favorite thing about the show, is the eyeballs that aren't the way you expect them to be. Yeah, I'm gonna do another. This is dry right now, so I'm putting this outline here, so hopefully it'll stick and not blend in with what's going on around it. But, so let's see. And here I did, you know, B colors. I think I'll do that. Maybe I'll do something weird with the eyes, like make them pink or something. Like pink or magenta. You know why? Maybe we can just make the bees different colors. Wouldn't that be nice? Like, yeah, just like pink, blue, and green. Right? We'll see. And you know, in 5 minutes when I get to painting color, I'll forget what I just said. I'm liking this Red Iron Oxide, but it is a little transparent. I feel like I keep trying to go over something. And my go-to normally was the burnt sienna. I'm going to try a little burnt sienna on here. And burnt sienna is opaque. Let me trim off the top of this. I buy these squirt bottles, and some of the tips are just really, there we go, really small, and I'll cut them off. I didn't cut this one off, and I probably won't. So let's try a little burnt sienna on there. It looks a little lighter on the palette, but yeah, it's definitely more. You can see it's opaque and it's getting those areas that I'm gonna get all those shadowy areas and all those just dark areas. It's good. And I think I decided since, oh yeah, I did earlier, the light source is coming from here. So let me just get a little bit more of the edge painted right. Oh, look at him, yeah, I'm kind of, look at that, I made the cheek come out a little bit. That kind of makes us smile a little bit happier. I wonder if I could do the same thing here. Yeah, it kind of gives him a cheek. Hey, dude. Alright. Worried, content, joyful. Alright. There's a commentary about something there. I don't know what it is. There's some sort of commentary about society or something. Somebody will come up with it. I'm gonna get a little more. This on there. I want to get a little. Yeah. Actually, I'm pretty good with that. I feel like, I don't know what I'm doing with the background, but I'm gonna have to figure that out really quick because that's what I'm gonna do next. I feel pretty good about this right now. These guys look good. I don't know what I'm gonna do in the background. I'm either gonna make some sort of horizon and ground them, or maybe I might just make a design. The original one just had these guys, I think with a rainbowy type background, but these are gonna be yellow. Let's give them a purple sky. That'll be a little different, right? So, we all know how to paint the sky, don't we? You get your color and you get your white and you mix them up on there and then you have a sky. Write that down. Dude, I think it might work. So, I want to make a pink sky, a purple sky. I got some purples here. But I think I'll use them all a little bit differently. And I'll tell you why. Because I want it, that's why. I got this dioxin purple. This is super dark, but it's really transparent. And when you kind of mix it with the white, it gets like that kind of glowy feel. And this is like a, what's it called? Medium violet. It's just opaque. So if I want something a purple to cover up something else, I'll make that work. And this is quinacridone violet. It kind of has more of a red look than the diox. And I'm gonna put just a little drop of this pink on there because I know I want to incorporate it. I don't know how yet. And then I'll put the white over here. And I'll just put a little bit of this slow drying medium in too. I might want some of that. Oh, I got this little cocked up. This is usually disastrous when I take the cover off. But not today. Not today. I'm a little more on top of things at the moment. So, we're gonna make a purple sky. I like to make my skies. I think what I'll do is just kind of get a bigger brush. Just get some of the medium in the back, the slow drying medium. It'll keep the sky wet a little longer. Just in the back. A little bit of water too. Alright, and what shall I do? I think I want to treat this like the regular sky except purple, so it's going to be more, it'll be more filtered at the bottom, so it'll be kind of whiter, lighter at the bottom, but not white like that. Let's get some purple in there. Oh, let's make this our baseline purple right there. Pretty, pretty purple. And this is the medium violet, which is opaque and beautiful. And I'm gonna get loosey-goosey. Just kind of get a little more color on here too. Just get this covered up and then I'll figure out how it really goes. So I want to get nice and quick around the wings. I thought they look so nice. And this is still wet. I have the slow drying medium on here. Slow drying, I think it's matte medium. I think mediums come in different sheens. As far as I know, one is matte and one is gloss. I believe this. Purple's a good color. Look at that. It's looking good already, baby. So it's going to be, I'm going to put like a little dab of this diox on there. This is nice and purpley. I don't want it, it's transparent, but it's also really dark, so you have to be a little judicious when applying. You see, I'm doing the top here, top edge here. And I kind of did a whole lot of dark purple up there, but it's thinning out now. And this other one was the violet. This has more red in it. Let's see how that works. Yeah, it melts in. Still looks mostly purple. Okay, that's a good start. And I really like this super light down here, so I might just stick with that. Let's see what a little bit of pink in there looks like. Yeah, that pink's gonna be my go-to. That is it. And you know what? Right now, I'm really liking just this this medium violet. It's such a good color. That's so nice. Oh, I got the other one. Oh well. Just as good. That's the nice thing about these gallery wrap canvases. I think I've mentioned this before. It's like you just paint on them and hang them up without investing in a frame, because if you paint the sides, it looks good enough. And guess what? This looks good enough, baby. Framing's pretty expensive. I haven't had anything framed in forever. But even buying pre-made, standard frames, it's kind of expensive. I mean, you can get them in bulk and stuff. Oh, that's nice, right? Maybe we'll just keep this nice and loose in the back for now. Maybe I won't make it a sky, just a purple room. You see that pink there, though? I'm going to do that here. I'm going to bring more pink into it. Look at that. Oh, I love that pink. Just another flop of it there. Mix it in. See where it goes with that. And I kind of like this to be a whole lot lighter than it is. So I'll just do this. I'm going to kind of get good broad strokes up here. See if I can get the white next to the dark. Give it a little drama. There's some dark there, but I do want more white. I do want a whole lot more white and a little bit of pink. I think the pink is working better on the light purple than on the dark purple. So maybe I won't put too much up top. No, actually it works pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. I don't know if you guys can really see the subtleties, but I'm really loving that pink, like right in there. And unless you're looking for it, I don't think you'll really see it. I like that though. I'm gonna add more pink up here. This might go from a purple background to a mostly pink background. No, we're gonna keep it purple. There we go. Yeah, I think I'll just get this loosey-goosey, brushy feel in the background, and that will be good enough. And I did let this dry, because I hate when I'm painting and the underpainting still, you know, it's brown, it's still wet, and if you pull some brown into the color, it just kind of looks sloppy. I don't want to be sloppy. Let's get a big flop of white up there. Yeah, loose but not sloppy. And just, again, loosening up, I've learned, it's such a good tool for finding what you're not seeing, finding those shadows and the everything. Oh, there, I pulled some of the brown in there, just like I said I didn't want to do. But guess what? That's the way it is. So we got a little brown in there. Brown and pink make. What color does brown and pink make? I think it's close to a really nasty color, but I want more white in there. I'm gonna get more white on my palette. So that looks good. Yeah, this is the vibe I'm trying to get. This vibe. So let me do that. I'm very happy I pulled that pink into this. That is kind of making the background sing a little bit. And the pink in here. Yeah, I love discovering how colors work with each other and next to each other. That's what makes me happy. See that pink next to the purple, and it's just kind of a little faded in there. And this is like a color I would have never thought I would use. It looks fluorescent, and fluorescent colors are a big turnoff for me, but this is, what is it? I'm a believer. Is that what I'm trying to say? I am a believer. Because a while back, someone asked me if I could paint a cow skull for them, and he wanted it in fluorescent lights, and in fluorescent paints. And my first thought was like, I've never used them before, and my second thought was like, oh, it's gonna look awful because I don't like fluorescent colors, but I am changing my mind. We're allowed to change our minds. I'm pretty happy with that color. I don't want to overdo it. It's just a little. Yeah. And I'm happy some of the underpainting's coming through, but it works well with the purple and the pink. So I will say that's enough of that. And maybe, let's see. I think I wanted to make these different colors, and I'm going to stick with that. So I don't like green. I think I might do yellow, pink, blue. Yeah, one of them will be traditional. Yellow, pink, blue. I just want pink. You're gonna do pink. You know what? I'm just gonna put pink on there. Just do like a super thin coat of pink. I'm gonna do that with all of them. This got cocked up again. I feel like I need one of these tools, these nozzle reaming tools, like right here. And I need a better nozzle reaming tool than I currently have. The current one is almost adequate, but I'm sure if I thought hard, I could figure out something different. And I think what's going to happen if I do these multicolored bees, someone's going to say, why'd you make them not yellow? These aren't pink, blue, green. Okay. Okay. All right. I'll take the blue. I'm going to have just a dot of blue because I just want a thin, transparent glaze of blue over this one. Wow, that is not transparent, dude. Oh, let's get some water on here and thin that out, baby. There we go. Woo! I think it was too dark here. It's got a little thinner there. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have used that fluorescent blue I have. Okay. Well, that's just to remind me that this is yeah, I should have definitely used the fluorescent blue. I think I might wipe some of this off because I don't. Yeah, I just put that on too thick, and that is a super dark paint. It's transparent, it's phthalo blue, but it's really intense. Okay, I know that's blue, but actually that doesn't look too bad the way it is. Not as vibrant as it will be in the end, but remember, I just want to remember that this is a solid, and I liked what I was doing here with this thing there. And I think for the eyes, I'm gonna keep it mostly bluish. So I already have this phthalo blue on here. And it's still a little wet from before, but that's okay. That is so blue. I don't know if I'm happy with that blue, but that's the magic of painting. You can just paint over something you don't like. But this is nice too. I think this will help define the edges of this. And I think what I need to do is, let's see if I've got it. You see it's already dried. I was gonna kind of smush it in. There's a little smushy there. When I say smush, I kind of mean like blend. And do you know what I'm gonna do? Here we go. I think I'm gonna use a little bit of this super bright blue, getting the name of it, transparent. Golly day. So look at that tiny thing. I feel a lot of times I'm talking and I'm just babbling words that are almost like not really sentences, but more like fragments of thoughts I have. No, but I feel like sometimes I'm talking and I'm like just talking through what I'm doing, and then I'm starting to think, it's like, how am I articulating this right? And then it's like, and you've heard me say it like 12 times that like I don't know what the right word for this is. Yeah, I kind of like this being a blue eye. Okay, so I'm good now. I got the dark phthalo blue, which I'm putting on now, and I need to be really, really more or less generous with it. Is that the word? Because it's so dark. The dark is drama. And there's a bit of drama going on here, if you haven't noticed. All right, let's tell the story. What's the story going on here? There's some sort of relationship. This could be a familiar relationship, like that's the little brother who's getting picked on by his two older brothers, right? I was the younger brother, but I got away. That didn't happen to me. I just got away with whatever I got away with. That, my two older brothers, they beat the crap out of me a little bit, but that's all right. I learned how to take it and act like I was really hurt when I wasn't. Like acting like, okay, you gave me the beating I deserved. Let me go now. I'm really hurt and in pain. But really the difference between, 13 and 8 is a big physical difference. And sometimes you can't do, man. And actually my brothers they were pretty good. They just beat me up once in a while. We kind of sort of got along for the most part. But that's part of growing up. Just taking your licks and giving your licks and figuring out how to get along with everyone. Yeah, I like these blue eyes. I think they'll be good. And this is what I do all the time. And I think a lot of other people do. You see like eyes, eyeballs, the whites of eyes, and the whites of eyes are white, but they're not. They are really dark. And usually when you're painting eyes, you need to start with a 50% gray level of color to start with, and then bring out the highlights and stuff after that. But there's very little pure white when you're painting an eye. And I always don't quite remember that. Yeah, I think I'll make all the eyes like this. They'll all work with the different colors of the bodies. So I feel like I need to paint quicker because I'm yapping and it's drying a little bit. But I do need more white. And it might look very white on camera. It is pretty white. When I'm painting in public, doing live painting, a lot of people are paying attention to what I'm doing, and I kind of get lost in what I'm doing. And you'd think a lot of people interrupt me all the time, but most people, they kind of keep their distance and keep away. And I really get into what I'm doing. Some people are chatty, and I'm chatty back, and I feel like I can hang and be almost as productive. I kind of like those eyes. I really like those eyes. I think we do need a little more white around here, though. Oh, it's such a nice vibe. Ooh, I didn't mean to do that, but we can always fix. We can fix anything. Oh, I got a little purple in there. We got some purple in the eye. Whoop, whoop. Purple in the eye alert. I guess we're going purple in the eye with this guy. You see? Look at that. That's kind of nice. I think I might put a little purple in this eye too. Let's see. There was just a little in the white. Yeah, there it is. Now that is either going to tie the eye to the background, or it's going to appear as if I didn't paint that area and it looks like the background's coming through. So it's not looking that way yet, but it could happen. I've had that happen before. But right now, I feel like it's doing the right thing instead of the obstinate thing. So many decisions to be made when painting. Dude, I could do this. I could do this to freaking midnight. A little bit of this down here. Get a little bit of blue there. I'm tempted to put a little bit of this dark purple. Let's see how that works. I think I'm overdoing it. Let me just get that blue right there. Make it blue. Thin it out. And lighten it up a little bit with the white. And smush it in. Kind of smush it. When I say smush it, I mean just like blend it together. Make it seem less intentional. I really like how I'm treating these eyeballs, and I might keep it that way, and I might not. I don't want to overthink the eyes, so I'm going to just get some more white on there, right here. Right, that's good. There's a little purple in there. I like the little purple. That's going to be the signature for the eyes today. A little purple. And big smooch of white. Okay, this is where the light source is kind of coming from here. And I think I said that earlier in the program. That yeah, I had my 3 lines there. That's that light source. Okay. I'm gonna sit down now. Yeah, I'm at the perfect height for at least the middle one now. I think what I'm gonna do at this sitting is kind of get closer to done with the eyeballs. Maybe I should probably do something with the wings too. I feel like the wings need to be a light filtered version of the background. So I'm going to make them like an even lighter purple. I'm going to make them almost like white, but some purple. But anyway, I'm skipping ahead. I'm going to do eyeballs now because I just looked at those. I'm like, should I paint over the pupils or I'm going to paint over the pupils and add them in last because it's easier to do this. Yeah, all right, I'm making that decision. The eyes are all going to be blue. I just mixed a little bit of medium with that to help thin it out. An imperfect circle. I love imperfect circles. Because you wonder, why is that bump there? Is that a tumor in his eye? Is that a tumor in his brain? Behind his ear? People look at you and they wonder that. Sometimes. Right? Does this guy have a tumor? What could it be? It could be a crater. It could be. I'm gonna make you pretty bright here, and then actually that's kind of the darkness I want right there. Right around there. Ooh, I got a little pink in there. Let's see how that works. There was so little that it just disappeared into the nothingness. Get some more. I just added just plain medium to that last scoop. Those imperfect circles, I love them. And let's get some more of that. This is that fluorescent blue I like so much. And now I'm gonna bump up the white and just mix it on the palette while everything's wet. I might add, can I add this to the other ones? I'm just adding a little purple here to see how it works. Yeah, that's nice. It kind of changes it a little bit, not too much. And looking at these now, I think after these dry, I might do another like kind of glaze of just something lighter over there, because no, I'm debating if I like that or not, but I think I do. Johnny, don't overthink it. You're going into overthink mode. Oh no! Don't think, just paint. Ooh. That's going to be the title of my book. Don't think, just paint. That's the story of my life. Don't think, just do. Yeah, I'm one of those guys who had to learn their lessons, like, after failing 15 times and not see. I don't know, I feel like I've always done everything a little bit wrong many times before I figure out how to do it the correct way, which is fine. I need some more blue, and I need some more of the paint thinner. I'm calling it paint thinner. It's paint medium, which is clear. It looks white on the palette, but it's really clear. It dries clear. Yeah, this is called slow drying matte medium. It's by Nova, and I love it because it just keeps the paint wet a long time. But yeah, Nova's pretty happy with the colors and the coverage. And the consistency. I like the thin paint. I feel like I need to get that rinsed off quick. Trying to get the medium on there so it'll blend and stay wet. Lots of white. And this is the one I'm painting over the pupil-y thing, the pupil eyeball, the iris. I don't know what I'm painting over. There you go, Johnny. Start painting a little faster. Don't think, just paint. Don't think, just paint. I kind of like that. It's going to be my new mantra for at least a day or two. Don't think, just paint. That's what I'm doing. Just get paint. I'm thinking now. I'm not overthinking. Maybe I am. I like it, bug eyes. Mommy. Yeah, I'm picking up some browns too, but that's okay. They're just eyeballs. fluorescent. I feel like I need like a fluffy brush. Here. Alright. And you know why I'm not feeling this right now? I'll tell you why. Because the pupils aren't in there. But I think as soon as I do that, remember this guy was looking up. So don't forget to make him looking up. I'm saying that to myself. That's okay. He's up, looking up to the side. That looks good enough. He looks a little pathetic too.
No, it's getting squished.
He's getting squished. Why you squish me? I think I'm gonna call this pretty quits. Let me rephrase that. I think I'm gonna call this quits pretty soon. I'm pretty happy. I've established a layout for sure, and I've established the colors, which I didn't think I would get to at this sitting, but it's working out good. Right now we're creating some good expressions here. Oh, and you know what? Let me articulate that just a little better, and I think I can do it right with this guy. Just get some blue there. And this is such a good example of just these simple lines, how you can create expressions. So I got this kind of screwed up mouth looking thing, and let's see, he's unhappy though. No, that's not what I wanted. Let me see. All right, let's do it this way. Let's see how quickly this expression can change. Here, let's do it this way. Let's play a game. Let's erase him, or as much as possible. All right. Right now, he looks a little concerned. Let's see if we can... Dude, you put a smile on and everything, it makes everything better, but I don't want him to be happy. I want him to be a little concerned. So, he's not totally sad like that. I like how the original one, his mouth was kind of screwed up, like, almost like I'm sad, but like, what the hell are you doing up there, dude? So I think, yeah, that seems a little better. So we got a nice thing there, and we got kind of, that's the shadow under the lip, and this is gonna be the shadow of the upper lip. I don't think I need that. I don't think this guy needs an upper lip. I do not have an upper lip. You see? And my wife constantly reminds me of it. And she makes fun of me. She says, you don't have an upper lip. Well, I don't. Is she on the phone? Okay. All right, so we got that kind of expression. He's kind of got this screwed up expression. I think the eyes looking up kind of helps with the expression. And this guy is, same thing here, just a smile, boom. He's done. I'm using the wrong color, but I can paint over it. And just a shadow under the lip. I have a bottom lip, by the way. And this guy is quite lipful right here. He's got a big old lip going down there. All right, I'm not using the right color, but it's dark enough for you guys to see what I'm doing. Let's So it's a little dark there and dark under the upper lip. So, and then he's gonna have, I'm gonna keep painting and painting, even though I said I'm gonna stop. And then he's gonna have like this tongue. Paint this out. Maybe I'll just give this guy blue lips. And you can already see, just kind of put like a little shiny highlights in places. Kind of, or not. Sometimes they don't work. Don't put them in the right place. But kind of shows, hey, there's like a reflection coming off the lips because the lips are wet. And he's probably salivating. Is salivating a word? I don't think it is. It's not a salivating. That would be producing saliva. It's a verb. I'm salivating over you, baby. Oh, look! I like how that word is. Salivating. Let me see. All right. So using the blue here and here wasn't the best of ideas, but I'll cover it up with another color next time we paint. It tells me where things are. But maybe I can get just a little bit darker around here. I don't think I can. A little bit darker on top, just to show me where the edge of his head is. And again, I don't know if these currently look like bees, but they will, because they're gonna have stripes across them, and bees are the only animals in the world that have stripes going that way. Fact, look it up. Today we created this really cool first start of a painting, and I'm super happy with it. If you're an artist, a creator, an inventor, do your thing, do it, create your art, invent your thing, do something wonderful today.